It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the Falcons, reigning league MVP. He's a top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Falcons and the Saints just ahead on EA Sports.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Taking off. What an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 84 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. Everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have the play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down. And
to the goal line and in. Kyle hits. Touchdown, Falcons.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Whoa! And it'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Now, deep ball for London. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That is caught. What a throw. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds all the way up to midfield. A big play after being backed up. Pickup of 46 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. Look at the numbers. Over 200 yards passing now for the game. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. Back to throw. Now he'll run it. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
More of the same right here, and you can see the numbers. They're really starting to pile up for the quarterback, especially on the ground here in the first half, Mike. And when he takes off running, you can feel everyone kind of hold their breath, both in terms of him being electrifying, but also the fact that they want to make sure he's not taking any unnecessary shots.
Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Now he takes off. And he's in. Touchdown, Falcons. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That is brought in. He gets free. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Atlanta.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll take off again. Into space. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Atlanta. And make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. 3 on the ground? That, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
He'll look to throw. What teamwork, the receiver coming back for the completion. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. Now, after that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson, who's in some pain down there. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He's going to run, and he will score again. Touchdown, Falcons. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, Not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Now he'll run. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the 1st half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter.
That's caught. And he will score. Drake London. Touchdown, Falcons. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Now, deep ball for London. And he's into the end zone yet again. Drake London. Touchdown, Atlanta. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Now, deep ball for London. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
They'll throw out of the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, they could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback, and nice start to this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. And the passing numbers just insane at this point. That last completion puts him over 600 yards for the game. Never been done in an NFL game before. Incredible milestone. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Got his man at the 6. And he's got another one. Kyle hits. Touchdown Falcons. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And his numbers this season, eye-popping in a lot of categories. Let's just show you one. He is the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man downfield, that's London. Take this one in. 79 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. That touchdown number 30 on the year, one shy of LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 31 touchdowns set back in 2006. Out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. He has played well all season long, entering this final stretch of games in December and January as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Off he goes. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
He's able to keep his eyes downfield for the completion. And he will score again. Kyle hits. Touchdown, Atlanta. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
He slings it over the middle, and it is caught. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
Now, deep ball for London. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Drake London. Touchdown, Falcons. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. He's going to keep it himself. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
He'll run. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
To the right, that's Pitts. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. That is hauled in at the 5. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Kyle Pitts, touchdown Falcons. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the second half. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He'll tuck it and take off. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. That's a dozen. Catch number 12 and a 1st down.
First down at the line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now, deep ball for London.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify it. I mean, to have this type of lead in the 4th quarter and still continue to air it out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this after the game coach's handshake. I think could be pretty interesting.
And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs. And that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football.